Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 58 of Trials and Trebuchets. I am your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me, as they always join me each and every single week, are my players, whose names are as follows. What are your claims, players?
What are our
Go
claims?
now after the end of my sentence. What's your name, first player?
He can't stop until you release him of his bond, Ben.
My name's Ben, and I'll be playing the level 6 wizard, Wizard Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles. I feel dead inside after that joke.
Aww.
Hi, hello. I'm Carla, and I play the level 6 Tiefling Rogue, Integrity Addleberry, the fighter, the cook, the legend.
Oh shit.
Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 6 half-elf bard. After narrowly surviving going down a hole in the underbelly of the city, we're going down a hole in the underbelly of the city.
Again.
And my name is Sam, and I play Serenep Cinderman, a level 6 human sorcerer. Hey, remember that thing that we did that one time where we jumped down a hole and almost died? Hey, guess what we're doing this week?
Whoa, I love your intro, Sam.
So unique with a YOU.
I love that face cream.
Ew.
What?
What?
Don't support pyramid schemes, guys.
My friend's in a pyramid scheme and I can't get her out.
I was thinking of Clinique.
Oh.
I'm an idiot.
You idiot.
Dummy.
Dumb boy.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students arrived at Ocean's Breeze to find it a dusty old bar operated by a lovely orc family. They had some yummy food and plotted on ways to get the orb back while also being stared at by the other patrons in the bar, a elf and a dragonborn. Tensions were interrupted by the stocky dwarf Chudley, who allowed the students to steal spoiled food from the alleyway. They then decorated this food in a nice-ish way and delivered it to Underbow's assistant, Altine, in order to poison him and get him off of their cases.
Get off our ass, old
They are
man.
now waiting on a wagon ride down to the City of Ghosts via Chudley to find the orb thief.
Hell yeah.
And or thieves.
So,
Did any
and
of
or
that count
thieves.
as a short rest?
No.
does that count as a short rest?
Did we?
Us drinking
didn't do
and
any
eating some good
resting.
food before the bad food
What about
came out. Does that
what
count?
about napping in the after eating, fell asleep on the floor and napped?
What? Or in the cart while we're traveling there,
Well, to be
just kinda
fair,
rest.
three of us
Rest.
are currently two of us are currently drunk, so they're definitely taking a nap.
Maybe
I
tips
ate
drunks a little.
food.
You also had
kind of.
You also had 2 bottles of fermented fucking milk.
Gross.
So
She faced death today, and she
Milk
wanted to
is very
celebrate being
filling.
alive.
milk is filling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Altine went to the room at the end of the hall and is lying down with a hurt tummy because you fed him garbage corn.
Yes.
You all are, I presume, preparing to go down to the City of Ghosts. Was there any pre-trip
Yeah.
preparations you would like to do?
Yes, actually.
Oh, actually.
Yes,
Yes, actually. The new improv style.
actually. I can't remember what I
Improv
brought
rule.
with me.
I thought that was the movie with Alan Rickman and
I don't remember what I brought with me in my bag. I think it was everything that was just on my person.
It was, I think all of you brought literally everything you own.
Okay.
I didn't bring every. Yeah.
I distinctly remember me asking
I
you,
didn't bring my ring.
Winsler, are you bringing anything? Do you own anything of note? And then you listed everything you
Okay,
own
okay.
and brought it with you.
All right. I would like to find a spoon.
The kitchen is available to you. Ocean granted you access prior to fetch more food for dinner. So you can head over there. Again, it's a small square room. There's a lot of drapes covering one wall from which you had previously seen Cormet, her son, come out of and then come back, go back into and hide. But you can find a small basket full of cutlery.
Okay, I'm going to take a spoon, a fork,
Okay.
and a knife.
Okay. It's wooden.
That's perfect. I guess it really doesn't matter where I do this. So did we take a short rest or no?
You guys can have taken a short rest while you ate and relaxed. I'll say that was an hour of restful. You guys didn't do anything strenuous. You almost got stabbed. That would have been moderately strenuous and interrupted
Probably.
it, but you can do short
Okay.
rest.
That's good. So how long is this going to take?
Wait, is that a full rest?
It's a short rest, Carla.
Joy.
Do you feel well rested after an hour?
Oh, cool. I'm back to full
Oh,
health.
okay, that doesn't take that long. Anyways, so I'm going to cast Tiny Servant 3 times
Mm-hmm.
so I can have how should I go about this? I'll have Fork Knight.
Okay.
I'll have Spoon Mage.
I love that game.
And Sir Stabby Winks.
And that's the knife, I
Yes.
presume.
So good.
So we got Fork Knight, Spoon Mage, and Sir Stabby Winks as little.
Okay, so to describe, one of the prongs of the fork is now almost like pointed out forward, blade-like. Small little wooden feet have wooden blade-like. Small little feet have come out of the bottom of it, and it seems to have just this one prong arm that it's using to like thrust out at things. The spoon, the feet come out from the round end part of the
Nice
spoon,
fat.
the little cup part, and he has a very rotund little torso and a very long neck and 2 little arms at the very top of this neck. What does Sir fucking Stabby Winks look like? He's just a knife
He's
with
just
legs.
a knife with legs.
Yeah, it's just a knife with legs. Easy. They all respect your, I don't know,
My wishes, I guess.
your wishes. Yeah, your dominion over cutlery kind.
I'm just gonna command them to stay by me and defend me as
Absolutely.
my loyal
They
subjects.
They hustle around behind you as you walk,
Excellent.
like little ducks following their
That's
mother.
all I needed to do.
Okay. And the rest of you, was there any preparations you wish to take before traveling to the city of ghosts?
Can I stock up on some snacks?
What kind of snacks do you want? There's flatbreads. You can just shove your pockets full of flatbreads.
Yes, I'm gonna shove some flatbreads. Or is there any jam?
No,
Can I also take out
there's scorpions.
the scorpions?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. Yes.
Nothing. It was gonna be senseless. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna introduce Ida to Cormit.
Cormit is currently not in the room.
Oh, never mind.
You pull out Ida from your pocket as you're standing in the kitchen, and you're like, and then you see Cormit nowhere, and you put Ida wiggling and pulling at cloth, one of Sylvie's torn up robes that you just brought with you, which she has been having a field day with in your backpack, it seems.
It's her bed.
Yeah, we'll see. So is
For
that
Sylvie.
it?
Which like other people are like nearest me if I'm in like the like
The main area.
lounge area? Yeah.
Where are you sitting at the table?
Like other swim.
Other than other swim people. I would say Winsler and Integrity are in the kitchen. I don't know what Serenap's is doing.
kind of just waiting for everybody else
okay.
to get ready.
There. Okay.
You're waiting
Yeah.
as well. So where are
Sounds
you?
ready to go.
Me?
No, sorry.
You
I
pointed
realized
and
I
said
pointed.
you.
You pointed nobody in
At
particular.
a
Yeah,
group
you pointed
chat.
at a
Yeah,
screen.
that's not
You pointed
helpful. I
at
meant
all of
Serenap.
us.
Because you guys have stuff
I
to
didn't
do.
get
Serenap
up from
would be
my
in that-
spot. Once we
Serenap
got the
would be in
plan
that
all
main
figured
room,
out,
right?
I have my stuff still with me.
Oh.
Oh, we've been sitting next
Yeah,
to each other.
you would
Then.
have
That's
been.
perfect.
But Serenap,
I'm
you
drinking
can
water
leave.
now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, totally smart. While we're sitting there, I'm just gonna like lazily like strum on some notes on my
Oh.
lyre, like chilling out with you next to me, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I think we're gonna rock this," and then I'm gonna like play a little ditty and give you a bardic inspiration, please.
Yeah. We're gonna rock this.
I'm gonna snort it. You know what? I'm gonna snort at your joke.
Oh.
Thank you.
She like when she realized that she just snorted in her laugh, she just kind of like covers her like mouth and is just like,
yeah.
you heard nothing.
Oh no! Don't be
Okay.
embarrassed. I'm glad you actually found that funny. Few people do.
Welcome
Oh,
to Drunk Sarah.
Now I feel pity for Mira. So, As you're all kind of prepared, Artis will have put his bags into the end room, or his bags were already taken by Cormit, so I suppose he wouldn't have to do that, but he will have fetched some necessary items from his bag, a black robe to go overtop his already black and white attire. You know, gotta get that weird goth energy going.
Oh, hell yeah.
Um,
Goth dad.
yeah. And
Support Goth Dad.
so everyone's prepared. The two other individuals who were in this main sitting common room with you, there was a high elf and a green dragonborn. The green dragonborn's name was Yagun, if you recall. It was said a few times by Chudley and others. They are currently in the alley preparing the wagon. If you would like to join them.
Do we have to?
Yes.
I mean, you're going with them.
Fine. We'll
So
do it.
I want to
Presumably-
hang out with
Do
them.
it.
Okay.
Staring contest.
So, sure. You go out in the alley. It's pretty dark at this point. I'm forgetting if I said any very strict times earlier, but it would just be like 8-ish, I think. Like the sun would have just been going down. It's summer, so like it's still bright, but the sun has gone down at this point. And so Chudley is standing in this large wagon, like in the driver's seat, yelling instructions on how to fasten this large metal device in the back of the wagon. Things seem to have been cleaned up. All of his tools that were out here when he was working on it seem to have been put away. And there's a large cloth over top of the wagon. And Chudley will look at all of you and say, well, all y'all gonna sit in the back with two of them. Don't start any fights. Just stay under that cloth until we get down in the belly of the city, I suppose.
Sounds good. Thank you. No fights here. And I'm gonna climb
Okay.
into the back seat.
Absolutely. Give me what would this be, like investigation checks or perception checks, whichever one's better for you. As you like look around when you get in.
Fuck, what the hell? Well, I mean, either way, it's a 1 + 2, so it's a 3.
Cool.
Love that my first
You're
roll
not
of this
alone.
fucking session was
I'm
a
gonna
natural
climb in there and get a
one.
I got a
17.
1 + 3.
Same. You said investigation,
How did
right?
I do?
I
Okay.
did say
yeah,
investigation. Or perception, whichever
Yep.
one you're better at.
Sure, 1 + 5.
So all four of you jump into the back of this wagon. The green dragonborn and this high elf also clamber on in. Artis is, I'll get to your investigation rolls in a second. I just wanted to know what you had for in the event of this setup, right? Artis is still standing there and about to get in. You all can examine this large metal device. It takes up probably the front half of this, I'd say 10-foot long wagon. It's like it looks like a weird stove, I would say. And it has like these large chains attached to it that look like you would attach it to something. You both got 17, correct?
I got 17, yeah.
Integrity and Saranath. Yeah, you see there's a little, like on all the individual components of this, there's like a little weird crow symbol on them.
Further reinforcing that I like this city.
okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
all,
see it,
folks.
but
It's
I'm
not
just
like-
saying if I had, it would further reinforce that.
while you're standing there, and Artis has just climbed into the back of the wagon. One Cormit, son of Ocean, will be standing at the door and will call out and say, excuse me, Mr. Wildcliff fellow, my mother wanted to talk to you for a second just before you left. And Artis will look at you all, look at the four of you, and then climb back out of the wagon and go into the building. Cormit will then close the alleyway door, walk down the stairs. I don't know why I switched my like cadence
That
there.
sounded really
It just felt-
menacing.
It
Yeah,
just
it
felt
felt
really,
really
appropriate.
ominous.
I'm sorry. It's
And
not supposed to be
walks
scary.
down there.
Guess who
And
got
he walked
kidnapped
down the
again?
stairs.
Cormit walks down the stairs and over to you all, the four of you, and like kind of like leans his head over the wagon. It's not a very tall wagon, and will say, "All right, hey." He looks at you, Saranath. He's closest to you,
what's
Saranath. He
up?
goes, "Hey,
Yeah.
do you think I should like? I know where you guys are going. You guys are like, I know where you can find like the runaways, right? Like, do you think I should come with you?"
Do we have? I'm gonna look to the other guys and be like, quietly like, Do we have enough space in the
There's
the
definitely
carriage?
enough
It might
space.
be dangerous. I would feel really bad if we put someone in danger.
Also, no offense, but your mom kind of scares me.
Oh, she's fine. She trusts these three, right? And he like looks up at them and goes, right? And then Chudley's like, yeah, whatever you say.
I mean, like,
Um,
if she's cool with these guys and everything, I guess that would like it
Maybe,
would really help us.
But maybe he should just tell us where we can find the people, because I
Yeah,
don't
it would be-
want
It would
someone
be
to get
way
hurt.
super easier if I just showed you, because like it's confusing down there, and I've only been there and been led there, so like I could lead you there, but I don't think I could give you the instructions on how to get there. Plus, there's
Wait,
like the
you've been
whole
there?
like, well, I know how. Well, yeah, once.
Do you know how to fight or anything? Just in case. It seems dangerous. I don't want anything bad to happen
I mean,
to
I've
you.
gotten in a few like fist fights. Yeah.
Let me tell you, people around us, they die.
If any of you are,
That's not to say that we kill the people.
if any of you are,
they just
like,
happen to die. We don't
Jesus.
know.
Most of the time.
just they were just there when I walked in, officer.
if any of you are like looking at the Dragonborn and High Elf sitting across the wagon from you, they would have been like having a quiet, hushed discussion. And when they heard you say that, they would have like looked over at you like shocked. And Cormet,
That's just saying that whatever we do tends to become dangerous.
I
and it's best.
I can hide. Like I'm very good at not being found. And he like raises his eyebrows at
I'm
you.
not gonna say you can't come with us, because that's not up to me. And you are almost an adult. You get to make choices. But if you do want to come, you should just be aware that it's probably going to be risky, just based on our past experiences and what we've heard about this place.
All right, I'm gonna come.
Okay, cool.
And he
I'm gonna move over and pet the
move
spot.
over,
Just
so-
be
yeah.
like, grab a
climbs
seat.
in, sits down. You all sit there for a few moments. Artis has not returned at this point.
Oh shit.
Dude, did he get kidnapped
The
again?
door. Make perception checks, I guess.
Oh my
Does it depend on
gosh.
if it's artist or not.
60.
7.
18.
Let's see.
16.
11.
Okay. Winsler and Mira, you hear like yelling coming from inside. And it
Oh,
seems to be
shit.
coming closer to the alleyway door.
Ah.
And then the door opens. You see Oshin standing there, and she's going to yell and be like, all right, get out of here. He's not going with you. And then she'll slam the door again.
Wait.
Wait, what?
And
dude.
Cormet looks very scared. And he's like, she just said she wanted to talk to him.
Give us back our
I
dad.
hope it's fine.
Oh,
I hope
jeez.
it should be fine. She's not violent.
Well, you know what? At least.
I swear.
Hey, at least if Artis is here, there's someone to watch Altine and not notice that we're missing.
I swear she's
I
not.
have an idea.
What's your idea,
Because I'm
Winslow?
sure
Before we go,
Yes.
it's not
I'm
gonna
gonna
hurt him.
I'm gonna ask Mr. Wiggles
Mm-hmm.
if he can. I want him to see if he can find an opening
Into
into the ocean breeze.
Ocean's Breeze. I don't
Ocean's
think that would be
Breeze.
hard whatsoever. It's a very rundown building.
Okay. I kind of want him to like go in there so that I can swap senses with him and sort of get an
Mm.
idea of what the hell's going on, just so that we kind of know
Sure. So
that Ocean is
That
not
Artis
planning
is
to
not
just
dead.
kill artists.
you like let you,
Mom
and
you
Dad
are
let,
fighting
you let
again.
Wiggles down out of the wagon as it starts to move kind of slowly, and so I would say that the opening would be, so there's like these little stairs going up from the like street level to like the level that the door in is actually on, and then above that there's kind of like some openings, like the part of a building where like a beehive is,
Yeah.
or like wasps'
around there.
nests. There's like openings up there in this like
Okay.
high vaulted ceiling.
I'm
and
gonna
so-
I'm gonna tell him to see if he can get up on the high vaulted ceiling because he's a cat.
Yes,
He's pretty nimble.
I would say make a acrobatics check for Wiggles.
Ooh. You fuck off.
He has advantage
all-
on that, doesn't he? No, that's just on
No.
sniffs.
It's just on sniffs. That was like a fucking 1 again. So that's like a fucking 3.
Okay. So as you kind of, the cart drives away, you see out of the back as the flap like flaps in the breeze. Wiggles climbs up onto, or I guess you've shared your senses with him at this point, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, you as Wiggles' first-person view, you are on the railing of the small staircase going up to the door, and as he kind of squats down to like generate power to jump that distance, as he like kicks down, the railing just goes and cracks and falls over, and he doesn't go up. He just kind of stays stationary for a few moments before just falling and landing on his feet. So you've broken the little railing that was on the balcony, the little wooden railing, and are still outside of the building. And our Winsler is rapidly getting further away.
Come back.
You're just gonna
Just go
teleport him back?
Yep.
Okay.
Come back.
Property damage.
As Wiggles, you can hear yelling, and the minor not. I think whimperings would be not the correct word, but like a very quiet, like, okay, from like artists.
Aw.
And then poof, and a puff of purple smoke.
Yeah.
Wiggles is back in your arms, and your little cutlery defenders are like on guard.
On guard.
So
That's so cute.
you all.
Those things are basically like giant, like butcher knives
Very
to
big.
Winsler's size.
Rude. Well, he is tiny. Not that
They're
rude.
also tiny.
So you all sit in this wagon for a moderate amount of time. I would say if anyone's counting, such as Integrity with her keen mind, who always knows what time it is, it would be probably 26 minutes. And you can hear and smell great things it seems like there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of stopping and going, and you can hear people yelling and the hustle and bustle of like night market. And it smells very nice. It smells like there's a lot of really tasty food out here, but you don't stop for any of that. No time for drive through. And
Dad,
eventually
let's get McDonald's.
you leave all of that noise behind, and you feel the wagon start to go down a slope, which seems to be an increasing decline, like the increasing grade, until the point where you're almost going like almost vertical, not quite vertical, but fairly vertical. You can feel
That's
like
really steep.
yeah, you can feel the
Ears
wagon want to detach, or like you can feel it kind of wobbling, and you guys are like
Oh my
sliding a little
gosh.
bit like towards the front of the wagon, but it seems to have enough grip to stay connected. But that's the circumstance. So that's probably like a 20-second very slow down a very short steep part of this, and then you are suddenly cold. There's no more light coming through the blanket that's kind of draped over top of, or cloth. It's not just a blanket. The cloth draped over top of the wagon, and you feel very cold, I'll say. So this continues for some time. You don't hear like any noise at this point. You just hear like a dull hum maybe coming from far away, and like the echoing of goat hooves on a stone floor. You feel the cart shift directions left and right very like jerkily, like as if the directions being changed like on the fly, and feel yourselves like shaking around in the wagon. And then eventually you will hear Chudley say from up front, "All right, y'all can take that cover off now if you want."
I'm gonna start helping to take it off.
Absolutely, easy like that. So you can take the cover off. You've descended to a subterranean area. There's like a bit of bluish green mist about the air. Not anything to the level that was in that pit that
Stanky
the three
pit.
of you had jumped down, but it's definitely visibly like, you know, when there's a bit of like fog and it's like, oh, I can see that there's fog, but it might just be that my eyes are blurry, that kind of level. It's not very extreme, but it's there and it's noticeable if you look for it.
But you can still see around you well.
Yes, you can still see very far.
Like when there's a fire and the world warps a little bit
Oh.
where the
Yes,
heat
that's a
is.
very
Oh,
good
that's
way,
weird.
except green and blue. Yeah. So, what would this affect? Would this affect anything whatsoever yet? I don't think it would. You all feel a bit funny, but that's beside the point. Mira and Serenaf, you feel a bit funny because you had a lot of freaking fermented milk. The other two of you feel funny. Just you can't very much place it. So If you want to look around, you can see a bunch of holes in the roof of this very large cavern that you're in. There seem to be many houses with domed roofs down here that have like partially collapsed, similar to the architecture that is above ground, like in the actual city that you saw when you were walking around. But they look older. The walls seem to be broken down. A lot of the domed roofs seems to be smashed. There's this blue-green mist coming out of those houses. There's a lot of just stone columns that seem to be supporting this roof. It's like exceptionally hollow. I think that's a very good point to make of like, it's this just very large, expansive cavern you can see for a very long time. After a certain point, it does become too like hazy to see beyond with like, that's probably like the main indicator of this like green-blue haze is like at a distance. Like, you know, when you see like mountains from a really far away and they like look kind of blue because there's so much atmosphere between you. It's like, at a certain point, you can't see the other end of this cavern because there's so much of this weird mist between you. So there's these little clusters of houses every here and there. There's these large stone pillars that seem to be supporting the structure, almost like it should be collapsing, but like it looks like it should be collapsing.
Okay.
I don't feel safe in here anymore.
Does that make sense?
So the
Based on,
cavern,
like, what's above
so the cavern
you?
is being supported by stone
Pillars.
Pillars.
Yeah.
And the houses, are they on the ground? Because you said holes around.
Yes, the houses are built like on the ground. There's holes in the ground that seem to be just like similar to what you had fallen into.
Okay.
Like just holes going into the ground. There's holes that you can see in the actual ceiling of this cavern above you, like something that you could probably fall through. And they seem to be of various diameters. In the very center, you see what looks like a very, very, very broad, probably about like, to estimate would be about 300 feet in like diameter, one of these stone pillars. Like it's the largest one that you can see. And it seems to be where you're headed towards with the cart through these like abandoned old streets. You can also hear the sound of music, I will say, which
Ooh.
seems to be what as you
kind?
like, it's like drums and a lot of horns.
Ooh.
And
Coming
it seems
from the
that
pillar?
No, that was like what the hum was as you were like coming into this area. And now that you're like approaching it seems to be just coming from the other side of the cavern in general. And you can see like a ton of red light, almost like fire coming from over that direction. Like there's people down here potentially, right? But that seems to be a bit beyond the pillar. And Chudley will point at the pillar and go, so that's where we're gonna go set up. He won't say it that loud. He will say, that's where we're gonna go set up. I'm gonna need one of you to hold my tools. I'm gonna need one of you to hold the ropes. And I'm gonna need the rest of you to look out for ghosts.
I'm going to take the road
And he's
immediately.
he's gonna point at the Dragonborn and the elf, and he's gonna go, Amika and Yagan over here, they're gonna be looking out, so I need two of you to help them, and then the other two are gonna be helping me.
For helping with ghosts.
I'll
I'm
help
going
Chudley.
to take the rope.
You'll help Chudley. You'll hold
Sure.
Chudley's tools.
I'll help
Okay.
Chudley as well.
We only need two Chudley
Grab
helpers.
hold of Chudley.
We need two Chudley helpers and two people watching for ghosts. And
Okay.
Integrity's
Watch.
holding the ropes, helping Chudley. Windsor's holding tools, helping Chudley. So Saranath and Mira, you're Ghost Watch. You're
I can
Ghost
help with
Watch.
ghosts.
Yeah,
I'll help
Ghost
with
Watch
anything.
20. Ghost Watch 954.
Ghost hashtag
Time
ghost.
to bust some
That's
ghosts.
a cooler campaign than this one.
If that ever does get out there, people are gonna be really confused who don't listen to the podcast.
So,
What the fuck happened in 1954?
yeah, lots of ghosts. They all
Oh,
died.
really?
A bunch of people
So many
fucking died.
ghosts.
So,
Then everyone died and then became more
Um,
ghosts.
Windsor, Chudley will pass you a small wooden box with a bunch of tools in it. It seems to be a bunch of hammers, some like anchors,
Hell
and
yeah.
then like a lot of chain. It's a very heavy little box. It's probably like 100 pounds.
Oh no.
And it has like a strap to like put it across, like it's a crossbody bag.
Okay,
Right.
I'm gonna
Yep.
drape it across myself.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have my little
What's the
cutlery
character
soldiers.
from Big Hero 6? Sarah? That one that makes the little capsules?
Honey lemon.
It's like Honey Lemon's bag.
Okay, I'm just gonna have that around,
Okay.
like around, and I'm just gonna have my little cutlery soldiers like help
Okay.
keep it.
You're
up
almost
so
like
it's-
tipped
I
into
don't
one
fall
side.
over.
Like I feel like your natural resting
Yeah.
place, because it's like it's a longer bag than necessary for you. It feels like it would be good for Chudley, who's a lot larger than you. I would say. So like your natural resting state is it just sits on the ground if you're standing upright. And then if you want to move, you would have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Integrity, you
Because I
have
have
been
help.
handed a bunch of rope, like probably like 300 feet of rope.
Yes.
And
Uh-oh.
you, Mira, and Serenep get nothing. I apologize. Sorry.
You lose.
You
That's
just get
fine.
your own
At
2
least you get to
hands,
go on
your
a fun
2 eyes.
adventure looking for ghosts.
Look at
Hell yeah. Ghost
So-
time.
Chudley will continue to deliver instructions in a hushed tone as the 2 goats pulling this large wagon kind of walk quietly as 2 giant goats pulling a giant wagon with heavy things and a bunch of people in the back can walk. Cormit will kind of look at you, Sereneth, and be like, what do I do? Should I just stay in the wagon?
For right now, your safety is very important.
Aw.
And I think the safest place to be is with these goats.
He's
Be
gonna
the
like,
goat.
"Oh,
Don't be a
all
goat,
right,
but
I'll watch
like,
the goats. I'll make sure that the goats are good. It's a great idea. It would be a huge issue. That's why
I mean, if the
I
goats,
have to
like,
watch
ran
them.
away,
exactly.
that
It's a
would
The
very
ghosts.
important
I'm watching
job
for
that none
goats.
of us can do.
Yeah, I would argue.
But
Yeah,
you
it's a
can.
very
the
important
most
job.
important job.
Only he can accomplish this job.
He is the goat whisperer.
We watch for ghosts. You watch for goats.
He is a goat.
Oh shit! Rips off the mask, the grand reveal. It wasn't
Not orc,
screaming in the
actually
tavern.
goat.
It was like goat bleats.
Oh my god.
So
Where goats?
Bleeding.
No. It's like the scene from Pinocchio where the kids turn into donkeys.
They're goats.
then that's a great idea.
Gosh,
Are you sure?
I wrote it down.
Oh no.
So this large central pillar, it is in a relatively dense cluster of these houses. It seems that the mist is it's moderately thick. Again, not to the level of like that hole that you had jumped into where it was like you couldn't see like that far. You can still see very far. You can still, it's not like humid, exceptionally humid or anything, and you don't feel particularly weird, but it's a moderate amount of mist. All right, folks? Yes, integrity.
Can I take out my mage hand and tap what's his name?
Cormit.
Cormit?
Chudley.
Cormit
Cormit.
on like the shoulder?
You conjure your mage hand. It feels a bit what would be the best way to describe this? It's like when you're looking at a camera and you're like and it's like if you're operating something like an RC, like a drone or something, and you're looking at the camera and there's a bit of response lag, or when you're like talking to someone and like you see their mouth move and then like 20 seconds later the words come,
So Skype.
right now?
Like there's
So
Okay.
a lot of
There's some
smoke is completely anti-magic. This little amount of smoke is just fucking with the magic a little
disruptive magic. Yes,
Okay.
great
Something's
observation,
fucky
Sarah.
wucky.
So you're
Ben, I
like
swear to fuck.
you're like concentrating on tapping Cormit, but it feels like your hands not on the fritz, but definitely like a delayed response. And eventually it finds the right place, and the invisible hand of integrity taps Cormit on the shoulder. He's gonna like look around and be like, I hate to call attention to it, but I think there are already ghosts around.
Oh no, that was me. I was just trying to see if magic works down here.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry.
Cool. It was a false alarm.
I'm gonna
everybody.
sneak up
Okay,
and scare
you're
him
stopped.
by saying boo.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus fuck.
Like, okay, you're stopped at this point. I will say people have exited the wagon. Chudley is pointing things out to his companions, and you're all standing around in a circle, that thing that children do when they're like in an awkward situation and just make circles. Windsor, you can walk up behind him and like grab him by like just above the hips and be like boo if
Yeah.
you'd like.
And he
Okay.
hits you over the head with a
He-
shovel.
You feel like he's like jumping out of his skin, and he like goes like ah!
Shh.
Which everyone like glares at him for, and Chudley's gonna be like, be quiet.
I will probably giggle.
And then Chudley will point at you, Winsler, and you, Integrity. He's gonna be like, all right, follow me, you two. And he's going to head over towards this large pillar, this large stone pillar, the huge one in the center of this cavern.
Very tall
He is-
pillar. This one specifically.
This one specifically,
Wow.
please. he's carrying that large apparatus that was in the back of the wagon. And he seems to, it's like he's like wearing it like a backpack almost.
What the hell's that?
This is for mining. It's for mining.
Oh, excuse me.
They'll
Hello?
stop and look.
I have a
Yes.
question. This is so random. What are you mining?
Stone.
Like just regular rock?
Well, you never know what you're gonna find, you know.
Oh, like fancy like stuff?
Oh, it would be good to find some fancy stuff. I hope to gods that we find some fancy stuff. That's the plan.
Have you ever found a
plants
plant
are
topaz?
This is such a weird question, and I feel a little bit bad asking because this whole thing's kind of been done before. But is there anything that I can do if you find like a cool diamond or something for you to let me have it? It's just I learned a spell recently that could really help my friends, and you need a diamond for it, and I don't really want to prolong this whole thing because Integrity kind of already did that, and I don't want to copy her.
Chudley will look down at you, Winsler, and be like, "She good folk."
Oh yeah, she's great folk.
Oh, in that case, just yeah. If we get a diamond before y'all leave, it's yours.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
no problems whatsoever, young lady.
I give
Now,
him like a big thumbs up. I give him 2 big
He
thumbs ups.
nods at you because both of his hands are preoccupied with carrying this thing, and he's gonna say, "Now, get on to watching for ghosts, and please don't make that much noise. Thank you."
Watching.
All right, he will walk with you, Integrity, you, Winsler, probably 20 feet over to this large stone pillar. He will look at Integrity and he will say, "Now, what I'm going to need you to do is get on up there, scurry on up there, and put some ropes in so that we can haul this big machine and myself and your friend Wiggensler here up there. And then we're going to need you to hold the ropes so that none of us fall."
Well,
Oh no.
you found the best person for that job.
Oh no.
So, I'm going to climb up and wrap
Okay.
the rope around.
Give me an athletics check because this is a very like not uniform. It's a very like
I got
rough
17.
surface. Sure. And so it's a very rough rock surface. It's not very smooth whatsoever. So to climb up it is not incredibly challenging. You can climb up it, and I would presume that so there's a hammer and like anchoring points in the toolbox that Winsler has.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say you can have some of those because that they're otherwise like I don't know how the frick you're supposed to like hang rope.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna hang
And there's like
the best
a couple
rope
pulleys.
ever and use my use the lessons that I learned from
okay.
from Panda Cub.
What?
like Girl Scouts, but it's called
Oh.
I love that so much.
Panda Cup.
Yeah.
This explains so much.
I love Integrity being a former fantasy Girl Scout so much.
Explains a lot, you know?
Explains her love
absolutely.
of rope.
So you can climb up there and very easily nail some anchors in and nail like a couple pulleys into the rock. It probably is a very short amount of time, like 10 minutes tops. And then pull the ropes on through, make sure everything's good and solid, climb back down, tie some knots. And so, Winsler, you have a small little rope harness around your waist.
How high up did she
Shut-
go?
She went like 50 feet.
Okay, that works.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I will take the rope harness.
And then Chudley is also wearing a larger harness. Winsler, yours is just like around your waist, like a rock climbing harness almost, right? Where it like goes around both your legs and like around your waist. Chudley's is like around his legs, around his waist again, around his like shoulders, around his torso. Like he's a substantial fellow and he needs some substantial support to prevent this rope from breaking.
It's like one of those weird baby swings.
Yes. And so you will then attach it to some secure like loops on this large metal thing. And you can, how do you want to pull these boys up, Integrity?
With my
'Cause
brute
you have to
strength.
pull them up with the brute strength. So you have to pull them up and then keep them hanging there while they work. So what's your strategy? Because I'm going to tell you, I don't think you're strong enough to hold up two
That is true.
folk
Chudley's
and
pretty
an entire
big.
really yeah, he's a heavy boy and an entire heavy
So
like steel contraption.
The mining occurs on the pole. So, right?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do, young lady, is you're gonna haul us up there. You're gonna hold us up there, and then me and little Winslow here, we're gonna fasten this big old mining machine there, and then it's gonna start mining for us. And then we're gonna come back tomorrow, and we're gonna get all of the junk that it's making, or I guess it's not junk if it's. We're gonna
Filthy,
get all the
stinking
stone
loaded.
it's selling. Yeah, we're gonna come back and get our full load of mined out stuff. So we need to go up there, secure it, and then you need to let us back down. So you just need to hold us up there for as long as you can, as long as it takes.
Okay, I'm going to is there like any solid surface above where they plan on mining?
It's just like rock column.
But is there like there looks like a solid rock formation that I can sort of make a lever? Not a lever. Lever?
There's pulley. I
Make a
said
pulley.
that you would like you've already attached a pulley. I'll say that.
Okay.
Because otherwise this doesn't work very well. So like you have the means to lift them, but I'm just asking how you're gonna hold them there because you're not strong enough to hold like 400 pounds.
Oh, well then I'll tie the rest of the rope that is pulling them around the pole. Does that make sense?
What pole? No, it doesn't. What are you
around
talking about?
around the rock? Because it's like a
The rock's very huge.
yes,
Very large.
and there's 300 feet of rope.
the diameter is 300 feet of this large stone pillar. Circumference is typically much longer than the diameter.
Oh,
Additionally, to go wandering off on your own into this city of ghosts, I would deem probably not a good idea. However, if you want to continue doing this, you can.
Okay.
I am not going to hold hand. I was criticized heavily for holding people's hands already in this arc. So
okay,
if you want
fine.
to wander
Here's
off on your own, you can do that.
Here's what I'm going to do then.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tie the other side around my body, and then I'm
Okay.
going to jump down as they move up,
All right.
and I will be the weight that keeps them up there. I don't know what
Sure.
you're asking from me. I'm so confused.
Where do you want to fasten the goddamn rope? It's not like I didn't think this would be like a physics
The
puzzle for
rope.
you.
I mean, the rock. Fasten in
What
the rock.
I don't
What is happening
understand.
right now.
So confused.
I'm sorry, everyone. This is gonna get cut
Tightly
cut down
packed.
because this
no,
is like
no, this is
weird.
perfect.
Carla,
That's what we need.
So, like,
there's a rock face in front of you.
yes.
There's ropes. There's pulleys attached to it. You have to pull them up.
Yes.
You're standing in like a little plaza of an abandoned little part of a city.
Yes.
The city of ghosts.
Yes.
You can literally just improv any fun thing that would be here that you can attach stuff to.
Oh, so there can be trees and shit.
No. You're underground. There's no trees.
Okay, so there's an abandoned building, yes? Or abandoned house?
There's abandoned houses. Yeah. There's a here. Okay, I'll do the heavy lifting.
No,
for you.
no, shut up,
There's a
Luke. Let me do
very
this.
Large,
I want
heavy
this
There's
to be a
stone
one-sided
bench.
conversation Integrity is having with herself, and everyone's just gonna watch her go like, "Are you okay?"
Oh my god.
There's an
This
abandoned
is really
house.
getting to her. There's an abandoned house.
And a door is
yes.
open.
Yep.
And right beside the door is a window that
Yep.
has
Yep.
a glass pane that is broken.
Yep. It's true. All true.
I can't handle
So-
this math.
I'm going to put the rope in, and I'm
Okay.
going to tie the best knot that ever knotted
All right.
around like that area between the window and the door.
Great. Winsler, you and Chudley are slowly pulled up. You were pulled up first as the smallest boy, Chudley following, and then Integrity struggles to pull up this large steel contraption to your guys' height. Meanwhile, so you're up here, you have a great distance, you're just dangling and like spinning, and you have this giant toolbox hanging off your shoulder, and you're like almost being pulled out of your harness. It's a great time. You're
It's
having
gonna
a fun
feel
time.
great in the next morning.
Yep, your back is painful. Well, everyone else got to slam their freaking heads against stone, so I figured that you'd want a chance too.
Severe back pain.
Meanwhile, at the wagon still, instead of so like you're in this weird plaza of an abandoned city. Sorry for not setting the scene accurately enough. So you're standing here, the dragonborn Yagun, and the high elf, black-haired high elf, very pointy, very, very pointy features, pointy chin, pointy
Amik?
nose, Amika.
Amika.
Pointy.
They will kind of be like ducked down inside the wagon, looking and staring at the houses One of them has a small hand crossbow ready. The other one has their like big dagger ready, and they're going to gesture for you to get into the wagon, or if you wanted to hide somewhere else and be on the lookout for ghosts. You could be there. This is a chance for, I'm going to say it up front instead of hoping you'll catch up on it. This is a chance for you to, if there's a fun thing that you want to hide behind that you'd think be in this abandoned city, you can improvise that it is here.
A tree.
There's no trees.
Trees
Unless some
dead.
kind of like a little statue, like monument thing.
Like
What's
hide
it
behind
out?
it exactly as they're posed.
I was so confused.
I love it so much.
What's the
Oh,
what's
yes.
the statue pose?
It is a dragonborn riding a ram.
A dragon
hell yeah,
riding
not a goat.
ram.
Dragonborn riding a
Yes.
riding a train.
No.
I am
And
the
content.
conductor.
This is how trains get invented. You just let it slip past.
All right, so Mira, you're like mimicking this statuary.
Very comedically.
Serenep, what about yourself?
I can kind of picture, like, it's a really dumb idea, but I like the idea. I'm gonna get my fork ready, hold
Excellent.
it to my side, and I'm gonna I imagine there's like an abandoned like fountain, like it's dried up, but it
Mhm.
has like sides that go up,
Yes.
and I want to
perfect.
hunker inside of that.
When I was imagining the plaza, I imagined that there was a large fountain in the center, but I didn't
yeah.
say it out loud, which makes me not less than stellar. I'm sorry for not sharing my vision with all of you.
No, this is good vision. Thank you for giving us the freedom to have this strange statue of a dragonborn riding a ram in this town.
Okay.
What
I
were
was
their
gonna say
beliefs?
horse, but this
We
seems
don't
to be
know.
a very goat sheep
This is a
centric
goat
city.
Was this a
oriented
local
transport.
hero? Was this a local villain? We'll never
Yeah.
know. But my idea is that I'm gonna like hunker down.
Absolutely.
In
So like
there.
you're like kind of like, yeah, I can picture it.
Yeah.
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 So, everything seems to be proceeding according to plan.
And thus everything goes wrong.
You all see so you see Cormit kind of like huddled with the goats at the wagon. You see the dragonborn and the high elf like lying down in the back of the wagon, like with their like eyes peering over the side of the sides of it. You see Mira in a weird contorted position that perfectly mimics this dragonborn statue. Serenep lying down or sitting or standing next to the edge of this large fountain, and you see Integrity kind of sitting there admiring her handiwork, her job done, and Winsler spinning around and being pulled by the immense weight of a tool case as Chudley asks him for tools. I need you, Serenep and Mira, to make perception check, or let me check if that's what I have written here.
Let me do a perception check if you guys have to roll a perception check.
It's not
Perception
good. It's
check,
a 9.
Perception check. Perception check.
Perception check for a perception check for a perception check. It
Perception
never
check
stops.
has no meaning anymore.
The next 2 episodes are going to be us discussing how far deep into a perception check we have to go, and thus we enter a wormhole, then we enter your universe.
Well,
Instead of rolling a perception check, as I said, please let me check my notes instead of just rolling it. I'm sorry for making you roll without necessarily needing to.
I was waiting.
need you-
I was waiting for.
I need
further
both of you to roll.
instructions.
D6.
oh.
Just a
Yeah.
D6.
Just
No
a
modifiers?
D6, please.
I'm scared.
That's a 5.
That's a 1.
Cool.
Oof. I think that's good.
You
I
get
don't know.
1 ghost.
One of us rolled
Uh,
well and one of us rolled poorly, I think.
I
Mira,
don't know.
Hi.
roll a D12 for me.
Oh no, more rolls within rolls.
How many more ghosts are there?
It's a roll squared.
A D12 is not a square.
One, again, don't
What
know
the
if that's good or bad.
Now you're 11.
Now roll a D11. Figure that out.
Okay.
Now roll a D2.
So
It's
you're
just a
all
coin.
You're all standing here. You can hear like the slight echoes of Chudley being like, "Now pass me the hammer," and then getting handed a hammer and being like, "No, the bigger hammer."
I thought you were about to say Winslow. That's not a hammer.
I handed you a hammer.
It's not a hammer.
Keep your voice down.
Windsor's like, but
It's a
all the
socket
hammers
wrench.
are big to me.
They all look the same.
Okay. And like the pounding of like large anchors going into this, like, so to describe it, imagine like a square box with like an X of chains coming off of it, and like Chudley is anchoring in that like the chain through
Chisel.
the chain link into the actual stone, so that this box is like held up next to the stone. So as this is happening, and all of you are kind of like eyes peeled with like this the dull sound of music in the distance, you feel the air get a bit colder. You feel you see the mist get a little bit bluer, and then from one of the houses, let's say I would say that Serenep is probably further into the plaza, seeing as she's hiding by the fountain. And I think that you would put statues at the opening or the entrance to a plaza, and then the fountain would be like the centerpiece.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
I
So-
see your
yeah.
vision.
I
It's
think that
beautiful.
seems
Yeah.
consistent.
So
Like
Mira,
Washington Square Park in New York.
Sure. So Mira, you see coming out of out of one of these abandoned buildings. It's this dark blue humanoid figure. It's very like slight, almost like a, I don't know. It just looks like a person standing in the mist. It doesn't look like an actual figure. And you see it, see the wagon, and you see it kind of notice that there is sound, and the mist just starts to well out of it like steam coming out of a teapot, and the plaza is very shortly covered in a thick blue mist,
Uh-oh.
and it begins to run, or not so much run, you don't see its legs move, but it begins to float very quickly towards the wagon.
I almost imagined it was like just floating slightly above ground, but it was still like stuck in the running animation, but it was
That's
only
funnier.
going like 2
Let's do
feet.
that. That's way funnier.
For some reason, I'm imagining the Amazon package gif where like the arms are coming out of the sides and just kind of I don't know
Oh no,
why.
here I
But
come.
I have to find- but
I'm
I have to
almost
find that
there.
now.
So yeah, you see this figure almost looking like a shadow running in like, or a person running, but you can't see it's like a fuzzy outline of a person, Mira, and they're running towards the wagon. It just seems to be one of them. What do you want to do?
I want to run towards the wagon as well. I don't know if I can do magic at the moment with the mist being what it is, but
You don't feel weird.
I'm going to start running towards the wagon, and I'm going to point to like the fountain where Serenep is,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to be like, did they say what to do if we see a ghost?
I'm guessing fight it.
And like with message.
Oh, with
if I
message,
can
not
cast
just
it.
screaming.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
no, sorry, I realized when I said point, message.
Oh, I understand. I'm hip with it.
So is it only one thus far? That's kind of.
All you can see is one.
In that case, I'm going to stand up from where I am, and
Uh-huh.
I'm going to draw its attention.
How are you going to do that? Because Mira's already like running. Did you stop running, or are you still running?
I want to get to the
Okay.
fountain. I'm not stopping running while I'm casting the spell now.
Okay.
I want to put myself in between it and anything it wants to attack, basically.
So would you like? So I would say that Mira has drawn its attention, Serenep.
Oh, I wanted to yell something at it.
But
okay.
you can yell something as well.
Yo, Legolas, what do you see with your elven eyes? And I'm gonna get my spear ready.
As we all know from the
Lord of the Rings is officially
Oh my
canonized.
It's our favorite
Uh,
books. It's based on actual history.
roll initiative.
Well,
I
Horde
guess,
of the Goblins
folks.
is canon.
Oh, shit.
so-
It is quick. We'll get this out quick. Roll initiative.
No, wait,
folks.
I'm gonna also turn to Mira and say, I don't know if that sounded offensive, but I'm sorry.
Offensive to elves.
Maybe like a microaggression.
Hey, you
Winslow
suck.
and-
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Winslow and Integrity.
I wasn't
please
saying
also
sorry
roll.
to it.
Are we rolling initiative too?
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
Okay. 16.
11.
I also got a 16.
I got a 5.
Whose dexterity is higher?
I have +3.
Yeah, yours is higher then. Mine's
Lucky.
14.
Okay. All right. So
Oh shit, I have to
Uh,
roll initiative like 3 other times.
they can just act on your turn. It's okay.
Okay. That's
That's way
that
too
works.
messy. I'm not dealing with that, Ben.
Okay.
So, very easily, simply enough, Winsler, geez, there's too many names here. Winsler, you hear Serenith shout a very racially charged statement below you. And then you can like kind of, I don't know what do you want to do? You can perform basic things, and then I will give you something that someone's going to ask you to do. But
I'm
you can look
literally
around if you like.
dangling around.
You're
Who
dangling
knows
around.
how
I'm just-
high up?
You're like 50 feet.
That's still pretty
you-
high.
You feel you can see if you looked down that the mist has gotten noticeably thicker to the point where the kind of below is obscured.
What?
Chudley will kind of like look over at you and be like, Winsler, Pass me one of them anchors. I'm gonna need you to make an acrobatics check to manage to hand this to him
We know how
Up
this
here.
is gonna go.
without dropping it.
Okay, that's an 18.
Wonderful. Simple. Easy.
Sure.
Awesome. You pass him 2 large anchors, which he can hammer into the wall. Easy. That's the Winsler turn.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, lemon breezy.
That's the Winsler
Mira,
way.
there's
Trademark.
a large humanoid-esque figure in the mist that seems to be staring at Serenep behind you by the fountain. It's running at you, but
Yo.
not towards. Like, it looks like it wants to run past you. What are you doing, Mira?
I reach my hand out at it, and I cast Sacred Flame. If I
Ooh.
can. So it needs to make a dexterity save.
It doesn't
do
have
that.
legs. How dexterous does that make it?
Good question. Hausen,
Either very dexterous or very not
It
dexterous.
trips somehow, and then you
Is-
get really confused.
an 8.
That will not do it. So presumably it has to take 2d8
Presumably.
damage. Radiant. Well, I don't know if this is messing up my magic, but so far it doesn't seem to be. So, that is 6 radiant
Wonderful.
damage.
It seems to not enjoy that whatsoever. And you can see like the figure kind of shudder and break apart into 2 more figures.
Oh, that's not good. Or do they seem weaker?
They seem the
than
same size.
One figure.
It seems like some of this mist sucks in and just makes a new figure in this smoke.
They're
Or
multiplying.
in the mist, sorry.
So it's a bit like the slime. Like there's this essence around it that seems to be able to make new ones every time.
Yeah.
Fun.
Integrity, you're in a house. You've gotten a
That's
little bit
lot of
cold.
smoke to get
But it doesn't seem to be running at you anymore, Mira. I'll say that much. Integrity, you're in a house. You're admiring your handiwork. You're going, damn fine knots, Idleberry. Damn fine knots. And then it gets very cold. You hear Serenep yell. What do you want to do?
I'm going to run out and look at what's happening. What do I see?
Okay, you run out. You're in the middle of the plaza, a bit behind where the wagon is, probably like 15 feet behind where the wagon is. And I'll say the wagon is adjacent to the fountain. And you see Mira, you see Serenep, you see the 2 figures in the mist, and you see Cormit by the goats, knees shaking.
Is Cormit close to me?
Yes, 15 feet away.
Can I ask him, what do you do with ghosts?
He goes, run away from them? Tell us scary stories about them?
And then I'm going to start talking, and I'll be like, I once met 2 ghosts, and they died again.
I don't know what else I expected from
What?
this.
What are you trying?
I'm trying to
you're
get their
trying to accomplish
attention.
Something?
I'm trying to get their attention.
All of them? Are you yelling this?
Well, yes,
Or
because
just
they
saying
said to
this?
like tell them scary stories. So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna
Ah.
see if I tell them scary stories about them, they will realize how
Make a-
how haunting people is not good, and that
That's adorable.
Make
I
a
love
perception
that.
check, please.
That's
Make a
so
what?
Awesome.
Perception check. You thought you could escape perception check. Just kidding. It's here, and it's better than ever.
16?
Perception check the episode.
16. You are, as you're yelling this, you don't see the 2 figures away by Mira move or do anything, but you feel an intense coldness coming from like the room you were just in.
yeah.
And if you look
Yeah.
over there, you can see like more blue mist, almost like coming through the walls as a figure walks through the walls of that house. And it seems to be like face fixated upon you. Like that same essence you get from like Toll and Ari where they're faceless, but you know they're looking at you.
Yes.
That's that's like the vibe you're picking up from this figure.
Can I say, I'm
This-
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you.
Okay. You can say that. It doesn't change this thing slowly moving towards you. Serenep, what you doing? There's 2 figures in front of you.
I
And Mira.
am Mira?
And Mira.
I am Mira. Oh shit.
And Mira.
Oh no.
Serenep
What's
and
happening in this
Mira.
world?
Wait, what?
What do you wanna
Did
do?
we switch? Did we switch bodies?
Oh no, what if that's an episode?
Body swap in this arc too. Oh my god.
Oh,
jeez.
that's too much.
What are you doing? What are you doing for your turn in
I-
combat?
I got my
You got your fork.
I turned it into the trident.
Fork 'em up, Serenep.
Fork 'em up.
What are you
Fork
doing
up
this
that
turn?
bitch.
How far away is it from us now? I guess it's still running at us or something like
It's the two that Mira hit with Sacred Flame stopped. They're probably like 10 feet in front of her, and you're like 10 feet behind her. So a total of 20 feet away from you.
that. I'm gonna move up so that I am next to Mira.
Oh, okay. You're shoving elbows with Mira. You're standing right next to her.
I'm not. No, I don't mean like right next to her.
You're beside Mira. Yes. You feel safer. You feel warmer.
Oh, friendship.
What do you want to do to these two fools?
I'm gonna wait. How?
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna
Yes.
sound weird. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna move myself so that I am standing in a way that there is
Yes.
a line, like they're in a straight line in front of me, and I'm going to cast lightning bolt, and
Sure. Absolutely.
just down a straight line.
What do they need to do? Saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw. Yep.
Ooh, they can do that.
Yeah.
One of them gets a 5. The other one
Nope.
gets a 17. So the one that was like, I'll say it's like the original one that the mist fell off of. The one that Mira was like blam with Sacred Flame. That one gets hit. The other one does not,
So
or at least not with full damage, I think.
yes. So I need
So as you shoot lightning out of your freaking hands.
my ancestors would be proud.
I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I think Serenep might be Palpatine's grandfather.
Wow.
Wait, no. Hear me out though. How many times have I cast Scorching Ray versus how many times have I done this?
Exactly.
The answer is
That means
both very low numbers.
That means she's part Zippo.
Oh shit.
Ancestors. Dun, dun,
How much
dun,
damage do you
dun,
do?
dun, 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 dun,
So the total damage, the total is 39.
Holy shiz, my poo poo.
What?
What?
So I
And
assume
so
the one
that
that's,
means
it
it's-
got half damage.
17 or 18, I think.
17.
17, yeah. I zapped these fools. They stepped
19
into my
actually.
turf. Well, technically, I stepped into their turf, but this is the Wild West. There are outlaws here, and I am one of them.
Okay, so you kind of like step out from beside Amira and go gazap with your finger and shoot lightning out of it like a
I don't
really
want to
cool
say
lady.
Gazap, please.
You don't
Don't
have to
make
say
that.
gazap if you don't want to.
Zap.
Zap.
I don't.
Blammo.
I don't want to say
Well,
it.
bam.
I already
So
made
the
one bad
lightning-
joke.
The lightning kind of like shoots through the mist, and it seems lightning is fairly erratic as is, it being
Yeah,
lightning
so-
and all. But it
this is
seems like
magic lightning.
exceptionally zigzaggy, like as if it's like darting very far out of the way and then coming back into line. And then it shoots the first figure, and you just see that the mist evaporate, like in that general area. And it shoots through the second figure, and you see the mist in that area just evaporate, go as well as these two figures in front of you, Mira, get blasted to hell with lightning.
Noise.
Jesus.
Hell
Wonderful. Great job, folks. You see from over by the wagon, you see that the high elf was like preparing to stand up with a hand crossbow and shoot at these figures, but it seems like the problem is taken care of. They will survey the general plaza and see that Integrity is standing there. Everyone seems to be fine. The figure has not exited the house, Integrity, nor did you say anything about it. So that's kind of their turn. Everything's solved. There's only this one single ghost floating towards you, Integrity, and it will float through the walls and approach you. And it's not running. It's moving very slowly and softly and gently, I'll say. And as it gets closer, it kind of like comes into high definition, right? And you can see the face of
HD.
this old wrinkled woman with like these like very small hands, and she just looks very kind. She's wearing like small robes with like a little headdress on, and she'll like reach out for you. And
They said that that's a
Trap,
sign
I
of a
don't trust this
devil.
nice old lady.
what?
Oh shit.
No, didn't they say that? Like, if like the ghosts that appear to be like weak, like children or something, they
Who is
typically
they?
Oh,
they typically
they.
are
They.
spirits of evil, like
Oh,
demons.
damn.
I was
Well,
about to
that
say, is there like
tracks.
a way to have like a human mimic?
Because
like, hear me
she's
out.
gonna reach out with her as she's like reaching out with her hands, like she almost looks like she's like reaching out for aid, And then as she gets like floats closer to you, she's gonna reach out and try to like grab you by the throat.
Oh
Really,
shit!
the devil.
Cool.
The
And
demon
does an 18
Palpatine,
hit?
what are you doing here,
Yes, an 18 hits.
Grandpa?
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay. Oh, my heart is beating so fast. I'm scared of ghosts, ladies and gentlemen.
It's an old lady ghost that's choking you.
I got 18.
Okay,
It's the
so you
scariest
feel
kind.
like you feel like the warmth of your skin go away and like the moisture in your skin around your neck as you take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my
fuck.
gosh. Good thing I napped.
Good thing you napped. And so now this old lady's just holding onto your neck as if to throttle you. And it wasn't like she grabbed you and like it's not like you feel pressure on your neck. You just feel this coldness on your neck. Winsler, back up to you. Chudley is going to be hammering away, and he's going to begin to swing over to the right side where you are, and you're gonna have to like cross the ropes almost. And so he's going to try to. I would like you to make a roll to maneuver out of his way. Now, whatever roll you want to make, that's all right. It's up to you what skill you want to use.
Okay. Acrobatics,
Look,
I guess.
An acrobatics check to like bounce off and like go behind him like a gymnast.
Like the
13.
graceful gymnast we all know you
A
are.
13. You bounce, you kick with your legs, your strong gnomish legs. The rope, you feel great tension in it. You feel almost like you feel like integrity tied it a bit tight because you do feel your legs going numb a little bit. And as Chudley like scoots over, you bounce back to allow him to pass, and you feel the toolkit from around your neck pull you very hard out of your harness. And not out of your harness, but like instead of being upright, you are now inverted. So your feet are pointing up and your head is pointing down, and the toolkit drops away to the ground. And after like a few moments, you hear it clang, 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 as all the metal flies out of this wooden toolbox. And Chudley's gonna look at you and be like, "Well, you done darn really messed up now. That was really important stuff. How are we gonna fasten this?" And he's going to like pull on your leg and right you. And he's gonna be like, "How you think we're gonna finish this now with all that stuff down there?"
It's not my fault I suck at acrobatics.
Listen, you're the one who volunteered to hold my tools, and now you go dropping my tools. And he's like swinging his little hammer at you, and he's like, "You dropped my tools all over the place."
Can I say the hammer for a second?
Wow,
I need it for one quick second.
is it that important?
Yes.
Sure. And he hands you the hammer.
How far away is? Can I see Integrity being choked by a ghost?
Barely.
Barely.
If you hadn't at this moment registered that something was really happening down there, you'd just been like, "Oh wow, it's way mistier." But if you like look down and look for Integrity where she tied you, you can see her being like, definitely, it looks like she's being strangled by someone. Yes,
How far away is she?
With
How far away
eyes
is the
full of
ghost?
fear.
I would say like 30-ish feet.
You better not hit me,
Okay.
Whistler.
I'm gonna cast Catapult and use the hammer.
Oh my god.
Okay,
I
absolutely.
love this.
You need to make a dex save, please.
Dex save. That would be a 12.
Finally, I hit it!
Yay!
Jesus Christ!
Wonderful. So
With a
you fling
fucking
this hammer. So Ben, I have a question. Does that make it a magical item or no?
No, it just flies. It's just a flying hammer.
Okay.
I would argue that a hammer that flies is pretty magical. Inherently.
It's still going at a very high speed.
Winslow, you like reel back with it and then just like let it go nice and softly as catapult takes effect and it rockets towards the ground. Integrity, you see a hammer flying at you. You hear Chudley yell, "Well, what would you do that for?" As the hammer just flies towards your general direction, it smashes through this old figure. It's this old woman's like face area where her face would be if she was not made of mist.
KO.
And it kind of like blasts through. Roll damage, of course.
Finally, I get to roll damage on
Roll
this thing.
20.
That's not where we play
Oh,
D&D.
that was bad. That was 11.
11. Okay. So Integrity, you see this hammer go whoof, and smash into like one of the walls and crack it. And like the hammer like falls to the ground. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. That's the sound of hammers falling.
tinkle, tinkle.
And this
That's hammer
this old
sound.
lady's head just like rematerializes out of the mist. It's kind of a different head at this point, actually. Like it's a different looking face.
A demon.
Charming young man.
It's a younger woman, but an entirely different person. But still the body and hands of an old woman.
That's weird.
Yes.
Ew, that's creepy.
Mira, what's up with you now? How are you gonna save the day and finish this
How
situation?
far away am I from integrity?
She's like a couple feet behind the wagon, so I would say that like at 25 feet as the crow flies.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to start like whispering under my breath, and I would like to cast dissonant whispers on this ghost, please.
Ooh.
Whisper it,
That's a
sweet,
wisdom
sweet
save.
nothing.
So, which is good because if it fails its wisdom save, it's got to move.
It's a 13.
Yep, that fails.
Wonderful.
So
These
it
guys
takes-
are just shitty enough for you guys to beat.
Finally.
So it takes 3d6 psychic damage, and it's going to have to move away. So that is 5 plus 5, 10. Oh, that's all fives. 15 psychic damage, and it's got to move away.
So,
If
what do
it
you whisper?
survives.
What are you whispering?
I'm like whispering like chants about like terrifying things, because that's kind of like
Oh.
what dissonant whispers is.
Ooh.
I'm talking about like how creepy it is to like have something inside your mind that you can't
Oh.
control, and dark spirits everywhere.
Okay,
And
yeah,
how
that
The
is-
hell is this
terrifying
side of Mira?
The world is.
Mira.
That's literally what the spell is. I've been doing this since fucking day one.
but it was never this
It
weird.
was never this
That's
creepy.
literally always what the spell was. This has never not been the case.
Sometimes you're just like, you're a real piece of shit.
No,
and then
that's vicious mockery.
Have you ever
Dissonant
wanted
whispers
have you ever
is
wanted to be in
always
someone's
grimdark.
head?
That's literally the spell.
you all hear this kind of whispering, like as it emanates and like is
Oh,
magically.
only the ghost can hear it.
Oh, only the ghost
Imagine
can hear
getting
it.
your
My-
head
Let
destroyed
me
and then
narrate
your new head
better
keeps
then.
hearing
Let me
shit.
narrate better. Integrity, you are being held by the throat by a misty figure, and then all of a sudden it just vanishes for no apparent reason at all. As Mira kind of like whispers some shit under her breath. Super anticlimactic. The mist fades. Chudley is now yelling at you and is like, "You not only dropped my tools, you throw my dang hammer on the ground.
Listen,
You're the worst assistant I ever had."
I'm gonna, while he's talking, I'm just
Yes.
gonna conjure up a new hammer using
Okay.
my conjuration abilities.
Wonderful.
And just gonna hand it to him.
Oh, he's gonna go. Oh, well, this is a lovely
Now
hammer,
shut up.
Winsler.
They are siblings.
So you have no like anchor things left to give. How would you like to get those back up? We're out of combat. That was it. You guys rolled very well for this encounter. That was what I made you and Saranath roll for at the beginning, or you and Sam. You Sarah and Sam rolled for at the beginning. There was not that many enemies. How are you gonna get anchor points back up so that we can close off this episode and finish installing this mining device?
I can levitate.
That's a great idea.
I can levitate.
That's an amazing idea, actually. You can cast Levitate. You can package up this little toolbox of goods with all of its hammers and things in it and levitate it up. I don't know why this wasn't done in the first place. That seems kind of a simple hack.
Can I be real? The second all the shit fell and the guy was yelling, I was like, I can levitate things. Wait a second. I can help.
Whoa!
Saranath runs over, saves the day, levitates up this box. Chudley spends probably 5 or so more minutes grumbling. The second he hits the first one and the hammer takes any damage, it disappears from his hands, and he will glare at you, Winsler, and then root around in the toolbox around your neck for his other hammer, his preferred real physical hammer that you've thrown away, and the job is done. And you can
Permanent
be
problems,
lowered-
temporary solutions.
You can be lowered to the ground. Chudley will undo his harness and look very grumbly, and he'll go, "Thank you very much for your help," and then check a small notebook, and then he'll go, so y'all still got stuff to do down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got your own business to do? There was the deal. We let you down here, bring you down here, you help us, and then you're off doing your own thing for an hour?
Yes. That sounds good.
All right. We'll be waiting here.
Okay. Promise you won't leave us.
He blinks a couple times and looks at Winsler and goes, "Now, while you did do a horrible job of helping out as
I
my
helped.
assistant, the rest of you helped out wonderfully. Really took care of them ghosts.
You sound like my ma.
You've been taken off the Christmas list.
Winsler, I expected a bit better of you. Seeing as you did volunteer to be my assistant, I had high hopes for you. I'd give you a good 7 out of 10 as an assistant.
I'll take it.
Room for improvement, but a promise
Solid
is
B minus.
promise is a promise. We will, the three of us, be hunkered down in yonder abandoned building, waiting for y'all to get back here. So best hurry up and find what you're looking for.
Okay, thank you.
Howdy do,
Wolverine, thank you
buckaroos.
so much.
Come on out.
Buckaroos. All right, and Cormit will run over from the goats and be like, "Oh my god, that was so cool."
I'm pretty sure you were like shaking.
Well,
He was shaking
Well-
in anticipation, waiting to strike them ghosts.
Oh man, I'm starting to get a headache.
I guess as you all wander off into the city of ghosts towards that bumping music, I would presume we'll end
Fuck
this
yeah.
episode. Sarah, can you do the outro?
Yeah, sure. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. If you enjoyed it, it would really mean a lot for us if you were to leave a rating or a review on iTunes, or to just tell a friend about the podcast. If you want to see previews, fan art, maps, and other really cool behind-the-scenes content, you can follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Trials and Trebs. Finally, we have a Patreon, and if you are able, it would really mean a whole lot if you were to support us. So that it is, again, Trials and Trebs on Patreon. Trials and Trebs. So that's where at different tiers you can make a character who becomes a student in the show, see notes, vote on themes for bonus episodes, check out bloopers, and all kinds of other things.
Thank you for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you in your ear holes next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.